Hi everyone, it's Angie here at Beads and Plenty More, and today I thought I'd show you how to do these flower Mandela earrings done with the two-hole lentil beads. So the two-hole lentils make up the center of the flower here. And so I've got size 10 seed beads, I've got O beads, I've got size 15 seed beads, and I've got a 3mm metal bead. You can use pretty much anything that's a 3mm bead. So we've got some new semi-precious ones that just came in that will also work in this project. So then I'm also using 6-pound Fireline, and I've got a beading needle. So I'll provide a supply list here at the end of the video if you want to follow along and collect supplies to do it. So I'm going to start off with my needle. I've got about 3/4 of a meter of thread threaded on here, and I'm just going to pick up 6 of these two-hole lentil beads. So lentil beads come with either 1 hole or 2 holes, and we're using the 2-hole ones in this project. Very important because you actually do need the second hole to put the outside edge on. So I'm just going to tie them into a circle here. And one thing I like to do is I like to reinforce my circles. So I'm going to go around one more time with my thread through those holes, just to make sure that everything's good and tight and there's lots of thread sitting in that middle, because you don't want it to pull loose there. So I'm managing to get through a couple of the beads at a time. And I'm going to take another needle and just thread the tail end off so that it disappears and isn't in our video any further. All right, so now we're ready to put the center of our flower in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up one of the 3mm metal beads, and I'm basically going to go directly across. So if my thread is coming out this one here, I'm going to come across to the one across from it. And when I pull this tight, that bead should just kind of pop into the center there. So now you've got a little flower with a bead in the center. And then I'm going to come up and put some seed beads around that metal bead. So I'm just coming back through that 3mm bead to get back up on top there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 5 of the size 15 seed beads onto my thread here. And basically come around the one outside and through the loop again. So you're going through the same direction you went through the first time around that bead. I'm just going to pull this tight and I'll get my finger out of the way. All right, so I've got 5 around, and I'm going to do the same thing around the other side. I'm going to put 5 around. Okay, so same deal. Back through that loop, or through the bead. So then, when you look at this, you're going to have one bead hole on the top and one bead hole at the bottom. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come back through my 5 seed beads that I just put on. And we're going to add 1 bead to cover the hole at the one area, or the one end. So we're adding 1 bead. We're going to go through the 5 on the other side. And this is a trick to getting a nice round circle of beads. It's just adding those ones that cover the hole afterwards. So around the other 3. And we'll just put 1 more bead on. So I've got 12 beads total around this metal bead. And come through a couple of beads there. So there's our nice round circle. So now we're ready to stitch back down. So I'm going to come down to the inside hole of the the lentil bead that's closest to where that thread is. And then I'm going to come through the outside one. So I'm just reversing direction basically. So I went one way through it, and now I'm going through the outside hole the other direction. So you're going to see a little piece of thread between your two holes. But because we're putting beads in here, it's going to disappear. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one O bead, one 3mm bead, and one O bead. And I'm going to come over to the next hole on the outside of the next lentil and just basically pop those in. So I'm going to do that all the way around, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I've gotten all my beads around, and what I've got is I've got my thread coming out one of the O beads. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 6 size 15 seed beads onto our thread, and we're going to go between our O beads. So I've got the O bead on the one side. I'm going to come back through the hole on the other side and basically create a little loop out around our 3mm bead. So between those two O beads with the lentil there, I'm going to put a size 10 seed bead. So I'm putting one gold bead, size 10 seed bead here, and then I'm coming over to my next O bead, and that'll pull everything in nice and tight. I'm going to add 6 seed beads on here. Go from the one O bead over the size, or I should say around the size 3mm bead, hook through the other O bead, and again I'm just going to add my size 10 seed bead between these two that are beside the lentil here. So I'm going to do this all the way around, and then we'll talk about how to add the shepherd hook or the lever back ear hook on and make it into an earring. So I've finished working my way all the way around with my seed beads to create that outside edge. And now what I'm ready to do is to add the lever back hook on with a few extra beads just to give it a bit of length and a little bit of body. So I've come through that last of the O beads, and then I've come through 3 of the seed beads, the size 15 seed beads that were around one of my 3mm beads. And that's where I'm going to create my jump off point to go up to basically create the earring. So I'm going to start with size 10 bead, and then I'm going to put 3mm bead on one of the O beads. This is a 6mm fire polish bead. I picked it because it matched my color really well. This is one of those areas where you can make your earring shorter, you can make your earring longer just simply by the beads you pick going up and down. So if you like shorter earrings, you don't have to put this big guy on. And if you like longer earrings, put an extra one. So that's the length I've got on mine. I'm just going to come through the loop on my lever back earring and then back down through all of my beads except the seed bead at the bottom. So the size 10 seed bead at the bottom there. Because I'm going to put one more size 10 seed bead on. And then I'm going to come back down the other 3 size 15 beads. And I've come through that O bead as well. You don't absolutely have to. So at this point my earring is done, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie some little slip knots to end my thread off. So I'm just coming under the thread that's there. So there's a thread that the size 10 seed bead is on. So that creates a loop, and then through my loop. And then because you never cut right next to a knot, I'm just going to weave my tail end off through a few of my beads before I cut the extra thread off. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it inspired you to try a project, and hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.